Alright, welcome to the last chapter of the design tutorial. So let's talk about balance and flow. Balance is a subject that to me, and the way that I like to think about it, seems to be slightly different from what I've read online. It's pretty similar, but they talk a lot about big picture stuff, and primarily in painting composition. The way that it's usually explained, I noticed, seemed kind of hard to contextualize and apply to other things. So I wanted to point out, obviously every artist doesn't have the same vocabulary to describe design, and they see different phenomena and break it down with different words. So I'm going to talk today about how balance, to me, can be used to create flow and just the idea itself. I don't think that I've found many descriptions on how to implement it or extrapolate the idea more than, oh, cool, dude, my character isn't going to fall over because it's balanced, or here's 3 types of balance. So I'll give you my point of view. To me, balance is the idea of dragging the eye around a scene or a subject with visual weight while keeping it visually equal on either side of your subject or composition. It's also using a lack of weight to give strength to stronger parts. We deal in positives and negatives. We use these variations in value, color, mass, texture, or anything else in the right places and amounts in order to guide the eye. I like to pair it with the visualization of alternating weights in a zigzag across any subject, from arms to how you make a face asymmetrical, to where you might place graphics on a larger image, or where I might even put latches on a sci-fi wall panel. This is how you make dynamic images, and you use it to guide the eye in a direction, but make it still feel correct. We see this in figure drawing very strongly, as we try to give dynamicism, but also a sense of, balance. A human cannot stand if they are imbalanced. We are designed to automatically distribute with our arms and legs the necessary weight to keep ourselves balanced. Oftentimes, this idea is paired with echoing shape, value, color, design, or texture to guide the eye to those changes in weight or mass. The goal is to make the image feel equal in strength by using similar but opposing amounts of visual features. I think that there's basically 2 types of balance present in design that I want to talk about. Dynamic. Dynamic balance to me is placing things on alternating distances along the center line and on opposing sides. I call this dynamic rather than asymmetric, as it's commonly referred to, because to me it's just more than asymmetric. It has a direction, and each weight and lack of weight is offset among the main axis, as you can see. The second one is static. Static balance is basically ending on the same point on either side of a midline. They don't have to be echoing designs, just equal in weight. This is pretty much symmetry, so I won't cover asymmetry and symmetry in this course, but it should help give it some context. So with that said, let's move on to flow. So what is flow? Flow to me is similar to balance, and honestly, I don't actually think about flow as an idea in and of itself. I use all of the other design principles to create flow. It wasn't until my friend Wesley told me that he felt that I made good flows that I even thought about this. So I'm going to try and attempt to break down how I create flow. And so I'm going to show you on a weapon and a few other things, and I haven't actually had to really try and break this down before, so I put a little bit of thought into it. And so let's get into some examples where I'm going to show you how I see flow and how I see balance. So let's get into Photoshop and get to it.